Hey, let's talk about forearm conveyor belts. There's a bunch of different kinds and they're really fun to do. I'm going to break down a few of the variations right now. I'm Jeremiah Johnson and thrilled to welcome you to the Throw Zone where I teach you all about the juggling arts. Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the monthly Patreon contributors. Thank you so much for making this content possible. I really enjoy creating it. I hope you enjoy watching it and learning from it. Thanks so much for being here. First things first, the golden rule of all body rolls with a prop like this is you want the center of gravity to line up with the exact center of the top of the body part that you're rolling over. So in this case, if I'm rolling it over the arm, when I'm setting up for that arm roll, I need to make sure that the center of gravity goes onto that uppermost part of my arm. I use that same marker when I switch arms. So that's what I'm aiming for. That same kind of thing applies if I'm doing a shoulder roll, if I'm doing an elbow roll, if I'm doing a leg roll. Center of gravity at the top of the body part, the uppermost part. So first, make sure you can do something of this sort. Rolling over the arm to the other arm and catching it with the opposite hand that threw it. So right hand is starting, placing on left arm, rolling to right arm, being caught by left hand. I find it works best further up the forearm, but not as far as the elbows. It's going to take some experimenting to find that Goldilocks zone. Make sure to try it back and forth. Trap B hook shot is a pretty essential part of this, and that comes into play after you roll over the second arm. So practice that for just a moment, holding the club upside down, making contact on the forearm, and rolling straight into the trap. This is the second half of the roll. And then scoop it to release. Do that on both sides. Now, even before throwing from the Cascade, let's just take one club, hold it by the knob or closer to the knob, and throw it straight into the forearm roll and into the hook shot. Can you then roll it and go straight into the Cascade off of the hook shot? From the Cascade, you're going to reach under the arm and go onto a wall plane for that roll into the hook shot. Then try and go back and forth with it. Right to left, right to left. Notice that when I do the roll, I'm rolling it back towards the hand that's going to do the hook shot. Right, so right hand does the roll and right hand does the hook shot, and then it switches sides. See if you can decrease the number of setup throws until you don't have any. You go right, hook shot, left setup throw into the hook shot. Right, left, right, left. Another really related one that might actually be a little easier because it removes this throw from the hook shot, which can actually be one of the most challenging parts to perfect, is to just hang the hook shot horizontally and grab it straight out of that hook, that trap. and then you roll from the other side, entering here, and then I'm going to grab the yellow club. And now I'm going to grab the green one. Orange, yellow. Basically, you're just going to hang it on the side as you start the roll, then you're just going to grab it straight out of the trap, like this. Another way to enter that forearm conveyor belt would be directly from the trap. So the trapped club is going to enter the conveyor belt and just go right back to where it started. If you want to switch sides with it, then you could take that trapped club and do a little half flip to a trap B on the other side and then start it on the other side. Another way for the trapped club to enter the conveyor belt would be to go the opposite direction. So reverse hook shot style onto the same forearm that was holding it. Then you're trapped on the other side. You'd switch back and forth from there. Or once again, you can use that little switch to get back to the first side and repeat it on one side at a time. One of my favorite ways to enter the forearm conveyor belt is to throw a little no beat flat and hit that same forearm that threw it. In pattern, you might apply it like so. So I'm doing the hook shot, but I'm just grabbing it out of the trap at the same time I do the toss that's going to lead me into the conveyor belt. So green's going to be my conveyor belt, and then as soon as I do that throw, I'm going to grab the yellow one. And I can repeat it on one side like this. And if you want to switch sides with it, then make that throw that normally goes into the conveyor belt just a throw that goes across and set up on the other side. Woo! If you want to get really fancy, you can use the elbow as part of your conveyor belt. This has been Fun with Forearm Conveyor Belts. Thanks so much for hanging out today. If you enjoy content like this, you can help support the channel by going to Patreon and throwing a couple bucks a month to the channel and helping make it more possible for me to create more content like this. Super appreciate you being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and tell your friends. Lots more to learn here on the channel. Thanks for being here. Bye.